My cats are currently so curious about what is going on with their caretaker, their mother. They just started circling my little setup here. I'm going to try this whole like unplanned YouTube video thing because, hi, my name is Hillary and I have been on YouTube for a really long time, and not necessarily on this page, but on another page. I started my YouTube channel way back in like 2006, and I ventured over onto this page. And so I give that background and disclaimer to say that I have been feeling called to come back. I should probably close my window because living in downtown LA, that's better already. So yeah, I want to try this unprompted video. I gave that disclaimer because it kind of gives reason, or maybe some why I want to come back to YouTube. Is because I've been doing it for so long and I've had a passion for it for so long. That's 20 years, 20 years ago, making like my first video on YouTube. So I've long had a passion for it. I've long had a draw to it. I am definitely a millennial, and it's like as soon as I could start capturing myself, I did. But back when I first started on social media and YouTube specifically, you gave a lot less of a fuck what people had to say. I didn't really think about how I'd be perceived or none of those thoughts really crossed my mind too much back then. And so I made videos just from a very free space, and then it turned into something else with social media. And I stopped making videos at the peak of like creator era of YouTube, which is still ongoing and has lasted. It's been the longevity of creator YouTube is very sustainable, we see, but it's gone through its like phases and things like that. But I mean, like at the peak of like that happening, I was like, I'm done with YouTube. And so I came back again in like 2020. Or actually before 2020, because I started my makeup page, and I started doing that. And then I was like, okay, let me try this like wellness and talk about just real life stuff and what's going on with me type of, YouTube videos. And I just couldn't get it out of my mind that people are watching me. And it's not until like now that I'm like, and that is the point. And that is the point. To be witnessed. And lately I just turned 39, and I don't really feel like going into the whole like life story of me and how we got here. Maybe eventually some things will reveal themselves, but I just turned 39 years old, and I used to be very connected to my art, and as of lately I've been finding my way back into an art form expression. But however, and that is not the only way that I have been feeling called to express myself. And the term that keeps coming up for me is that I need to radically express myself. I need to radically express myself and to be witnessed and to just be raw and to just talk. I'm a verbal processor. I need to say things out loud. I need to hear the words, the vibration of the sound of what I'm saying, and to feel it in my body. I need to let the sound hit the room and to witness my own self, and to also allow myself to be witnessed. And right now that feels like coming back to YouTube. That hasn't felt like an Instagram space. Obviously, that's not like a Twitter or Thread space. TikTok, I did kind of give a chance and opportunity, but TikTok does a lot of censoring, and it's just not my place, I feel, and I really do have an affinity for long form content. And that's the other thing that used to talk me out of making videos, is that I am a long-winded bitch. I do get long-winded. But then I started realizing the type of video and media that I consume, those people are also long-winded and they talk a lot and it's long form. And I don't know, I got to this place of like, well, if other people are watching it, I'm one of those people. What makes me not good enough or worthy to like make this same kind of content? people who enjoy it will find me. You know, if you're like that, like people who enjoy sitting there and watching someone talk for a certain amount of time, a long period of time, they will find you. Because what I don't just put on a video and sit there in front of the TV and watch it. Like, that doesn't work for me. I don't claim that I have ADHD, because I don't think that I do. If I am on that spectrum, maybe that's where it shows up. But I'll put on a video, a long form content video of someone talking or whatever, and I'm probably working out, or my cat is crawling on my fucking dresser. There's really no policing what a cat does and explores in your home. That's what I'm starting to realize. Get your ass. But anyway, I'm typically doing something as I'm watching one of these long form videos. So they work for me. They work for me. You know, when people make like 2-hour long podcasts, I'm like, sign me up, because I got stuff that I could be doing in my house, yada, yada, whatever. But, anyway, I wanted to say all that to say is that I wanted to come back to this space. I don't have a direction of where I want to go or where I'm going. I thought about, should I just like start a podcast? And I just like the thought of like starting another podcast just makes me cringe. I say another podcast because I'm like, there's so many podcasts. And no, I don't believe that. Like, yes, it is oversaturated. And yes, there could be room for me. But I don't know. It's just something about like making another podcast. I'm just like, it's just another damn podcast. I don't know. And it's like, maybe it will turn into that. Maybe it will turn into episodes where I'm like, whatever. But right now, that does not feel... I don't feel called to making it so formal and calling it an official podcast, because then that requires me to come up with a name and all of this other stuff. And those are other things that I just cannot be bothered with right now. Right now, what's the most important to me is my self-expression. And I do that through art. I do that with the beautiful connections that I have in my life. I have many, many journals, but there's another burn inside. Not that kind of burn. There's a burn inside of me that is like, it needs to do this before it implodes inside of me. And so I have to let it out. I have to express it. I have to, because I feel like I've been holding it in for so long. I've been on my healing journey for about going on 7 years now. And it's just been like this. It's been up and down and in and out. And just, it's looked like so many different things. And it's like, you think you get to this place of like, man, I got this, like I'm healed, da, da, da. And then just, more things reveal themselves. And it's like, yes, life is not all about healing all the time, but right now that is a huge focus for me. And there's been moments where I was completely like, I ain't focused on no healing shit at all. I say it was a good 2 years where I was like, listen, I'm here to live my life. I'm having fun, and all of those things matter. And I still do them. I still have fun. I still enjoy life so much. They happen beside each other. However, my attention right now is very much so focused on my healing. And that is in so many ways. It mostly has started because physically in my body as a 39-year-old woman, it's like the tension. I actually went and got body work done today by this wonderful body worker here in LA. And as soon as she touched the top of my neck, where my neck and my spine, like where my spine and my back at the top right here, as soon as she touched it, she said, "Oh." And when we first started the appointment, she was like, what should I know about your body? And I told her, well, I'm holding a lot of tension. I can feel it. And she said, "Oh, as a Black woman in America, you don't say." Like, I'm like, girl, like, it's just like, I feel tension, and it shows up for me in my neck, in my shoulders, and in my lower back, and in my feet. And it's just like, I feel so young. I feel too young to be having chronic pain. And it's like, I stay getting my blood work done. I go to the doctor. I eat my vegetables. I have my fiber. I focus on my protein. Now, do I have some things that probably contribute to maybe the not well-being? Sure. She likes a little glass of wine. She likes a cocktail. She likes hot Cheetos every now and then. And I do still consume white sugar, but these are things that I'm conscious of and are minimizing and trying to do better about my consumption. Absolutely. So majority of my consumption, I would say, is like what I'm supposed to be doing. And then there's like a little window of like, okay, girl, you know, it's because you living life and having fun. But I'm like, I gotta live life in some kind of way, okay? But it's just like the chronic pain. I'm just like, oh my God. It's like, testing comes out fine, or like your blood work comes out fine, or like, okay, maybe you're a little deficient over here, but it's like, okay, so what else do I need to do? And I've turned to some other healing modalities that could support me on this journey. And so getting massages, going to see an acupuncturist, doing my yoga. I'm still very much so involved in my yoga practice. Just, doing what I need to do to take care of myself. It also is so wonderful to be in the most beautiful, lovely, healing relationship with a partner, my girlfriend, who is also so healing focused. And so like we bounce off of each other, and it's just been such a beautiful container to learn from her, to learn from each other, because we offer each other different things, but she's such a healer. And so that has also been so helpful. So like any things that I'm like, okay, babe, like I'm feeling this or whatever, like stuff in my feet. She has like these fucking tools. She'll be like, get your feet out. Like, let's soak them. Let's put them in some salt. I'm about to bong them. I'm like, so I'm like, I'm doing all the healing stuff that I can for my body. So that is a journey that I'm actively on right now. And I'm super interested in talking about that on this channel, on this page. And so, yeah, I'm also interested in taking you guys along the journey of like what it looks like to be so unsure about next steps, but like making the decision and taking the plunge anyway, because there's things that I am, there are choices that I'm currently deciding on that are terrifying to me. They challenge my self-belief, my self-doubt. They challenge how I feel about myself completely. If I'm worthy enough to be doing this, and they're not cheap. It's continued education that might look like the college route, that might look like more of a certification route. It could be both. And just not allowing like doubt to talk me out of any of these things, because for those who don't know, I do work as a flight attendant. Part of my work is as a flight attendant, and I'm so grateful for that role, for that career. It has been 11 long years, and it is a really fun job. It really is, but it is not the most sustainable job for a healer. It affords me the lifestyle that I have really loved, and that's to move around, to travel, to see the world, and I still do those things, and I love that aspect of what I do. But to need this career for the money is where it just becomes like a lot on my mind, body, and spirit. So I'm thinking long term, which is what a lot of flight attendants do. I mean, some flight attendants get into the game and their intention is to stay in it, to do it forever, and to retire doing this and working well into their 80s until they want to retire. And that's fine. If that's your decision, your goal, your plan, it's an excellent choice. But for me and my body and my spirit, it does not feel like the most aligned choice to say like, well, this is just going to be my job. Like, this is going to be what I do forever. Like, that is not true to my soul. I need to be creating. I need to be in the wellness healing world. And I have to start doing something now. And I think that's why the internal side of me is like, bitch, it's like, I'm going to explode if you don't start. It started with me doing art again, because for a long time, I let my art go. I used to be a makeup artist. 2020 came around, everything shut down, and it was kind of perfect timing anyway, because I wasn't feeling aligned with my makeup artistry practice anymore anyway. But once I went through a divorce and moved across the country, I didn't have an art practice anymore. I didn't know what I wanted to do art-wise, and I didn't feel called to makeup. I didn't like the business. I just liked the art. That was it. And so after that, I didn't have any way to practice art. I did realize that I am pretty good, like a natural sketcher and someone who enjoys to draw the female form. So I have some figured sketches and things like that that I've drawn over the years, and charcoal, pencil, and things like that. And so that has been really fun for me. I do think I still want to like tap into that, maybe take some classes and learn what I can. But then I also picked up painting as like a side hobby, you know, just like diving into hobbies and things that force me to be creative. And so I started painting. I did take a class recently and just had a lot of fun. So that has been my art. But like I said in the beginning, like, it's just not enough. It's not enough. And the thing that needs to be expressed is me. Like, yes, I have these things that I will continue to keep doing that nourish me, but there's something more that needs to be tapped into. So that is the reason for this, as well as going back to study. My cats are super cute. They get on my nerves a lot, but they're really cute. They do. But yeah, so going back to study in the wellness space feels like a calling that I'm supposed to be doing, and will help me be thinking like long term as far as when I make a transition from the flight attendant world. Will I hang up my wings forever? I don't know. Maybe that's a possibility. I don't have the decision right now, but it could be a thing where I put it to the side and, you know, maybe offer both, or, you know, do both things. Or whatever I'm called to do, that's what I want to do, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. And I am going to do something that's more in alignment for me long term, and something I can do anywhere, to be honest, because yes, I do live in LA, and I don't know that that is the forever. I don't know that that is the forever. I believe that there's a possibility for me wanting to maybe move to another country, or maybe moving to the East Coast again. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. But I want to be able to do this anywhere. And as a flight attendant, even though you technically can, my base is in Los Angeles. I don't always want to have to come to LA to go to work. So these are things that I'm thinking about planning wise, and like, what could I get into that is really to benefit me and my well-being? Because the whole reason why I want to continue my education in wellness or nutrition or something like that is because it's really to heal myself. It's really for my own healing. That's what is really calling me to like Eastern medicine, nutrition, and things like that. Holistic healing, all of it is so that I can be on the path of healing my body. And then if eventually this turns into something else where I have an offering, that would be great. But yeah, so just like, as you can maybe hear, I don't have all the answers, and that feels really uncomfortable and weird to even share a thing that I'm just kind of thinking about it right now. It's kind of like we're in the stage, I think, of social media where it's like, you know, people just have it all figured out. They have it all figured out. They know the steps and what course they're going to take bit by bit. They know the long-term plan and da-da-da. And it's just like, hey, there's a motherfucker out here like me who, and my language, I'm not going to police my language because it's how I talk. So it's like, I am both, yes, a very soft, like, you know, that. And I'm also like a very just like, and I cuss a lot. So, hey, I like that part of me. So anyway, but yeah, but there's motherfuckers like me who still are like, I'm trying to find it, but I'm trying to find it. You know, I'm trying to find it. And I'm just going to keep, you know, taking the nuggets and the pieces and the little hints that I see or feel to get me closer to that thing. And I really don't know what this is going to look like. I might end up failing. I might end up trying something and hating it. And I still want to show up and be witness. That is unlike me. That is unlike me, because everything in me wants to be like, I know for sure that I'm going to go to school and be a naturopathic doctor, and this is the steps I'm going to take. I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know.
Like, I don't fucking know. And so, but I'm open to how it develops on the course. I'm open to what happens, you know, like that has been one thing that my girlfriend has told me, is that like back when she was getting all her certifications and the things that she has studied over the years, like she didn't go into it saying like, I'm going to be this trainer and this holistic practitioner and da-da-da. It just kind of happened that way. She just went from one class to the next class and just kept following the nuggets, the calls. And now she is working in the realm that she is deeply passionate about. And it's so beautiful to rub up against her energy and to see like, yo, just follow the little calls that you get, or the big calls, the little calls, the big, all of it. Follow the calls, answer them. And I think it's so easy in this day and age to numb them out, to push them down, to suppress them, to distract ourselves. And I'm so guilty of all of that. So that's where I'm at 39. That's where I'm at. I don't feel behind. I don't feel like, oh, I'm not living the life I'm supposed to. I feel so on purpose. I feel so on purpose, like I am living my life. I'm living the life that I'm supposed to live. I tried going that route where they say this is what you're supposed to do. I tried being a Christian. I tried being perfect, or whatever the fuck that means. I tried being a good girl. I tried listening to the elders in my family who told me that this is the type of life or type of job you should do. I tried being married to a man. I tried, you know, getting a better job, you know, leaving art for like maybe a 9 to 5 and going back to college and doing something serious. I tried. I hated all of it. I hated all of it. I am here to like defy all of that shit that they tell you you're supposed to do and supposed to be. I am an artist at my core. I'm supposed to wear the funky clothes and to express. I'm an Aquarius rising and Venus, so I'm supposed to, you know, show my personality in my image and my appearance by what I wear. I'm supposed to, or not supposed to. I don't want to use the word supposed to, but listen. I'm quirky. I'm different, or I don't want to say different. We're all different. Everybody's different. Everybody is unique, right? But that's the thing, is that I'm tapping into my uniqueness. That's the point that I'm trying to make. I'm living the life that I'm supposed to live, that I'm designed to live. I'm designing it actively right now on purpose. And that's the point. So that's where I'm at. Super into astrology. Haven't studied it as deeply lately, but I feel like that will come up in these videos at some point. But yeah, I just wanted to like get this out. I knew when I made this first video, I was like, I'm not going to have any structure. And maybe for a lot of these videos, there won't be much of any structure. It might just be me sitting on my living room floor talking. And, you know, it's like, this is even a practice now of like me not making this background absolutely perfect. I moved in here in September. Was it August? I thought I would have art on my walls by now, and I still don't have art on my walls. Yeah, my cats, it's like a battle to keep up with them, to make sure my rug is vacuumed on a daily basis, because they love my rug and they've been tearing it to shreds since the day that it got in this house. You know, they love to get on my couch and roll around, so there's hair on my couch, and they love to get on my coffee table. And these are just things that they challenge as a single, well, I'm single by the state, right? But I was in here as a single rich auntie, and I like nice things. They don't give a damn. So it's like designing my coffee table to look a certain way. And it's like, they don't give a shit. They climb on my coffee table. They knock my stuff over, my whole little shebang right now. One of them is in my drawer. They don't care. So that is also the practice of like thinking that previously, oh, I have to come to YouTube perfect. I have to come to YouTube and the background has to be perfect. It has to be all set up. It has to be this. It has to be that. And fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Like, this is actually this is my reality. This is my reality. And it's like, this is that 40. This is that, like, 40 is on the horizon. And this is that you don't give a fuck no more energy. Man, I would not go back. I would not go back to my 20s. 30s have been, but the more I creep closer and closer to 40, I'm like, amen, ashe. It is so. Absolutely. Bring it. Bring it. Because who gonna check me? I can't get in trouble unless it's something about the law. Can't nobody check me about nothing. He's like, you get to this place of like, I take care of me. I take care of me. I take care of me better than anybody has ever taken care of me. I love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. Love you, family. But I take care of me better than any motherfucking body I know. And it's like, nobody can tell me nothing. So anyway, my cat is looking at me so crazy. Come here, girl. They don't really respond to me yet. I'm doing the whole doggy thing. They don't come to that. Cats don't. One day I will get to introduce y'all to these cats, but anyway, I just wanted to pop in and make this video, and I don't know when and how often I'm going to come. I want to say and aim for like a once a week type of thing, because that just feels good to me. That feels good to me to like make space and time and to carve out like at least once a week, express myself, be witnessed, and talk about what comes up for me. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited to be a part of this journey and just tuned in. And yeah, if you take anything from this, you know, that would be awesome too. And it's like, that is not my purpose either. It really isn't. But if you do, like, that's sometimes just what happens when you know, kind of come across people who are just like radically themselves. You know, over the years I've come across people, I'm just like, this person just lives life for themselves, and that inspires me. So if, you know, that could be the little, you know, side products, a byproduct of this, then that would be really fucking cool. All right, let me go because my children is acting up. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next video.